Hi everybody, my name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about moving from the familiar into the unknown and transitioning from what we've always known into what's real. Now, when we're familiar with something, we think it's easy. We think our comfort zone is easy. It's what we've always known. It's what makes us, I suppose, it makes us comfortable. But when we're going through this kind of transition, say with spiritual awakening or any kind of healing, everything we've ever known kind of gets thrown up in the air, and you end up questioning your own sanity, your own reality. Because for generations, we've been led to believe certain things. We've been led to live in certain ways, to think in certain ways, to be a certain way, to fit into society's box, to fit into our families, fit into the world's box around us, right? So we think this is real. We think it's so familiar to us that we think this is the truth. This is reality. But it's not. It's a false reality. What we've known for generations isn't the truth. The truth is within us. So when we go through spiritual awakening, we wake up to ourselves, but everything we've ever known comes into question, and that freaks us out. It really does. It scares us, and this unknown territory freaks the fucking shit out of us. It really does. And everything. This is why we question our sanity, because everything we've ever known, everything that's familiar to us, comfortable to us, starts to you go, wait now, was this the right way to be living at all? When you're being shown these truths of how reality should be, you kind of go, hold on now, have I been lied to? Have I been lying to myself? And you kind of question what is real anymore, because you've only known this familiar territory. You've only known this comfort zone. You've only known this way of living. And, especially when you go through a spiritual awakening a little bit later, you're unlearning. You're unlearning so much bullshit, really. So much lies. Society has been brainwashed for generations. It's been controlled for generations. People have been led to live in this world of lack, fear, greed, hate. And when you're shown that there's a different way of living, that there's a purer way of living, that you can live in love, you can live in abundance and opportunity, and anything you've ever known before, it's not real. And that's the thing. We stick to what we know. We stick to what is familiar. We are afraid to take risks because we've been led for so long to believe that this is the way we should be living. You have to do it this way. You have to do it the way society says. You have to do what your parents want. You have to do what the neighbours want. You have to do what this world wants you to do and fit into. You have to do it this way or you're doing it wrong. And when your life then, right, you end up doing certain things a certain way. You go down this route, you do the college, you do that career that your parents want, or what the career you think you want, the career that you're drawn to, the career that you feel that you want to do. And then all of it just blows up in your face. And you're like, okay, what's going on? What's happening here? This is what I wanted, and now it's all gone to shit. What am I going to do now? And this happens because you're living out of alignment with your soul, and because you went down this familiar path rather than the unknown path. And when we go down this familiar path, and it's the wrong path for us, the universe will throw a grenade into our lives if we don't listen to the signs of our soul. So if we're going down this path of familiarity, we are going down based on the ego mind, the societal mind. We're doing what other people want us to do. And we think that's what we want to do. Because we're in this box, the societal box, we think this is what we want. This is what, and this is one of the biggest questions I had when I was awakening. Is this making me happy, or is it making society happy? And that's when I started to see the truth within myself. And I was like, am I doing this because other people want it, or am I doing it because I want it? And this is a good question to ask yourself when you're going down, when you're creating a new world for yourself or a new life for yourself. Is this what I really want? Like, you know, and we question, like, we think that when we're on this familiar path, that we're going down this route and it's what we want, we're happy, we're excited, we're getting that job we want, we graduated college, we have this big job, we have everything we want, we have that relationship. But that relationship is unhealthy and it goes to shit. That job ends up going to shit and you're like, oh my God, like, you know, I had the perfect little package, but now it's gone. And then you go down this other route and start to see new ways of living because you know, you start to wake up to your own divine truth. And then you're kind of looking back going, hold on now. Did I even want that? Like, I was upset that it's gone, but who wanted it? Did I want it? Did my family want it? Did society want it? This is when you kind of start to question your own sanity. When you start to be given opportunities that are more in alignment with your soul, opportunities that you never, ever, ever thought you wanted, or, you know, just they're alien to you in a sense. You kind of question everything. You question your mind. You question what your parents taught you. You question that route that you went down, and you know, it is very overwhelming because you're kind of going, hold on now, what do I want? What is the right path for me? Do you know, and this is the whole concept of escaping the matrix as well. And I've done a video on this as well. Like, you know, when we're living in that bubble, when we're living in that box, what do you think? Like, I've been conditioned as well. So, you know, what were we thinking? Do we really believe that this is all there is? This 9-to-5, mundane, bullshit, boring life, unfulfilling, with a partner we choose to settle with rather than a partner that we love, because it's what society wants. It's what everyone else wants. Do we really think that's all there is? Like, I've said this before. Like, do you think that up here above in the sky there's a wall around this planet or around this galaxy? Do you think that's all there is? There's more to this than what meets the eye. There's more to this than what we've known. And we need to start questioning ourselves and questioning, are we doing what we want to do? Are we doing something that's fulfilling our soul? Are we doing and fulfilling our life purpose on this planet? Because we're all here for a higher purpose. We're all here for a reason. We're all here for divine mission. But if we stay stuck in this grey, this dull, this mundane existence, down this path that everyone else wants, like, you know, you're never going to get to where you want to be. You're never going to feel fully fulfilled. And that's what we need to question. Like, are you doing this college 9-to-5 corporate job crap for yourself because you want it? Are you marrying that person because they're your person? Or are you marrying that person because they look like a good fit on paper? Do you get me? So, like, you know, you have to start questioning, are you leading a life that is fulfilling to you, that is a calling from your soul? Or are you living life based on what everyone else wants? You need to ask yourself that, because, you know, and I know it's scary, right? I know that when we're going down this route and everything goes to shit, and then all this weird stuff starts coming into our life, stuff that's very alien to us, well, you know, you're going to question your sanity. You're going to question the belief system that you had. And that's the thing. It's a system that we were hypnotized by, brainwashed by, because we believed it. We were in it when we were conditioned, when we were in that reality. We wanted that. That version of us wanted that. But that was the conditioned version of us. That was the version of us that did what everyone else did. That was the version of us that fit into everyone else's box. But is that you? No, and you think, right? You think because the unknown is so unfamiliar that it's not for you. You kind of get this imposter syndrome because you think, I don't fit into this world. But hold on now a second. No. The system, the life that you were living before, you were an imposter there. This is where you don't belong. And this is why we go through anxiety and depression and mental health issues, because we're living out of alignment with our true selves. And we think that conditioned self is what we think we want that. And then when we see the unfamiliar, the unknown, we're kind of going, no, I don't fit here. This doesn't fit for me. But that's not true. When you actually ascend, when you come into this real reality, this true reality, you shed that conditioning. So you shed the fake you and embody the real you. And that's where we get the confusion or the overwhelm, because we think that we're changing from the real us into this alien us, whereas in actual fact, that was the alien. That was the part that was out of alignment with us. Because when we're living that life, that fake conditioned life, that's when we have mental health problems, because we're not living in accordance with our soul. This is why we need to be so aware of how we're feeling. And that's the thing as well. When we're on this societal path, it's turbulent. It's chaotic. There is hardship after hardship. We think we're happy because we think we're on that path of what we want. But it's chaotic, and there is obstacles after obstacles. And I'm not saying there's no obstacles in the new life or in the real existence, but this life is hard, and it doesn't get easier. And it will get harder and harder and harder until you listen to your soul, until you listen to those nudges from the universe. So that's the thing, like, understand that wasn't you. That isn't you. And understand that this is. So if something is affecting your mental health, if your life seems to be same shit, different day, and you're not really living, you're kind of existing. You're existing for this 9-to-5 job, this reality that somebody else wants for you. And don't get me wrong, we want that job and that happy relationship. We all want that. New and old versions of us want that. But we tend, when we're in this conditioned reality, we tend to go for what looks good to other people or what's expected of us. Whereas with this reality, with our truth, we get to choose the job we enjoy. And it's not work if you enjoy what you're doing. And it's fulfilling as well, because when you actually choose a job that fulfills your soul, you're actually choosing a job that benefits others as well. So like a lot of the time when you're on the spiritual path, your divine purpose is a service to others, like coaching for myself, or any kind of, environmental stuff, anything to help humanity or help this planet. This is why we're here. And we get to enjoy it. We get to choose a life, a reality that we love and enjoy. And we get to choose a partner that's in alignment with us, that's, that we love, that we actually want to be with, rather than somebody that suits our parents' ideals or society's ideals. And, a lot of the time when it's gaslight, because when we're in this conditioned reality, we choose a certain partner because we choose, or a certain job, because that's who we think we are. And that's who we think we want. But when we start waking up to our own reality, the people that are aligned with us start gravitating into our lives, right? And they might look completely different to what we've known before. But this is actually a good thing, because this is actually showing you a little snippet of what the real you is, rather than what the old you was. So embrace that, and don't be so scared of it. And that's the thing, we run and we self-sabotage from this unknown territory, because it is so alien to us. And we're kind of like, this whole thing as well, it's not just relationships, but the job as well. It's like, you have to have this job, you have security, don't go out on your own, it's too risky. You can't do this, it's too risky. But we need to take those leaps of faith. We need to start believing in ourselves and believing that this is our divine purpose. Because when it's in alignment with our soul, the universe pulls us along. That relationship is, it's a magnet to us. That job is a magnet to us. So therefore, the only thing between us and our true reality is our own conditioned mind. And this is what we need to change to be able to accept or receive this true reality. So like with the ego mind and with the unknown and with trying to I suppose, to embody this real version of you. And that's the scary part, right? The scary part, and I've noticed this over the last few years myself. I have changed every day. Throughout my spiritual journey, I'm a different version every day. I'm a new version. I'm an improved version every day. And I'm starting to realize, okay, it's been scary. Because of my beliefs and because of my upbringing, because of my conditioning, I never thought I could achieve anything. I didn't think I was worthy. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I didn't think a life of fulfillment was achievable. I didn't even think true love was achievable, to be honest with you, because I didn't think I was worthy of it. And this is a belief system that I had, and we need to change that belief system. And being creating this new version, embodying this new version of myself, I was petrified. I was like, that can't be me. That's too alien. I used to joke that there was an alien inhabiting my body when I started to transform, right? And the old Angela would have looked at the new Angela and gone, oh my God, that's disgusting. Who the fuck does she think she is? Really, she would have hated this. And I look back now at my old Angela and I'm grateful for her, but my God, that is not a good, pretty way. It was just not a good way to live. It was toxic. My life up until I changed my reality was toxic. It was negative. It was depressing. It was mundane. It was hard. Whereas embodying this new reality, and I fit in it now because I've changed my mindset. I stopped believing that this was who I was. I started realizing that this is who I am. And I started realizing that I'm not an imposter in this new version. I was an imposter in that old reality. Your life, you don't feel unfulfilled if you're living the true embodiment, the true life, the true soul's path of your divine purpose, your divine mission, everything. If you're happy, or if you're unhappy, this means that you're not on the right path. If you're suffering from depression and anxiety, it means you're on the wrong path. And now you have to ask yourself, look back on that path, look back on that reality, because a lot of the time, right, we're living this reality, and as I said, it goes to shit. The universe will nudge you along to try and guide you onto the right path and try and guide you to listen to your soul. If you don't listen, they will nudge you. They will nudge you, they will nudge you, they will nudge you. The nudges get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder until they throw a grenade into your life and go, wake the fuck up. And that's what it is, and I'm sorry for being harsh there, but wake up. That's what society does to you. And then you kind of look at yourself and go, hey now, did I really want that? Instead of saying, oh my God, everything I ever wanted is gone. Is that what you wanted? Because I don't think it is. What you want is this. What you are is this new reality. Embrace it. If that new job, if that new partner looks completely alien to what you've known, it's a good thing, because this is showing you signs of your true self. And that's why, as I said, I was an alien to myself. I was an alien to my old self, but now I look back and my God, I was not happy. I was really, really unhappy, and I was living a life of hardship. Now I am finally following the truth within my soul, and I'm starting to see this new reality for myself, and I'm even starting to see it with the people I'm attracting into my life, because I'm like, they're not like the people I used to know, but neither am I like the people I used to know. Do you get me? That's the thing. Look back as well on the people that you used to surround yourself with. Are you the same as that anymore? You're not. Does it feel comfortable being around those kind of people anymore? No. Why? Because you're not those kind of people anymore. You're different now. So if something or someone looks different to what you've known, it's because you're different. It's because you're actually starting to embrace this new, higher vibrational version of yourself, this real version of yourself. And that's the beauty of it. This is the real you. And this is where we need to address our minds and address our thoughts. Is it the ego or is it the soul? Which is winning? And I've done this in videos before. We're on this boat. We're on two boats, and this is your past, and this is your future. This is your old life, and this is your new life. This is your old reality. This is your new reality. This is the ego. This is the soul. This is the lies, and this is the truth. And you're on the two boats, and you're literally going like this, and you just don't know how to get off the old boat, but you're too scared to get onto the new boat, and you're like, should I stay or should I go? And you're like, what the fuck do I do? And you really, that in between is so overwhelming. And it's like, what the hell am I doing? What have I been living my whole life? What am I doing? Where am I going? What's happening? And it's so, so scary. This unknown territory is so scary. But understand, this unknown territory is real. This is who you really are. This is where you really should be going. So start to ask yourself that. Do you want to stay in this old reality? The same shit, different day? Or do you want to embrace this change? Embrace the new you, because you can attract everything into your life. You can have an adventure, you can have that love, you can have that passion for the work you do. In this world, you can make a change and you can guide others on this path as well. You can actually embody this magic if you stop holding on to this familiar reality. Because all it is familiar. It's not real, it's just familiar. It's just all you've known, but it's not who you are. It's really not. Who you really are is your soul. We are all spiritual beings living a human experience. We have to unlearn this human shite, this human bullshit, and understand our soul is here for a reason. We are here to change these cycles, to break these generational curses, just embody this new, happy, love-fulfilled reality and change this world as we know it. This is why we're here. We are here to guide others. We're the ones here to make the change so that we can help others and pull them along, bring them forward, show them that there's a way, show them proof that this reality is what we are supposed to be here for. This reality is our truth. We need to understand that. We need to embrace that. We need to embody it. Stop sticking to this familiar territory, because it's not what's going to make you happy. If it's what your parents want, if it's what society wants, it's not what you want. And we have to break that chain to the past. We have to break that chain to that comfort zone, that old reality. We have to break that chain to that falseness, to those lies, to that negativity, to that fear, and embody this new reality. If it's alien to what you've known, that's mean it's who you're supposed to be. It really is and start asking yourself that. Look back on that old life that you've been pushed out of by society or by the universe. Pushed into by society, but pushed out of by the universe. Ask yourself, was that the life you truly wanted? Or was it the life that you thought you wanted because of that conditioned version of yourself? Now that you've been broken out of that cage, ask yourself what you really want. Ask yourself what you really feel. And that goes with everything. Do you know, anything that you've, growing up, we're taught these different things. We're taught not to be emotional. We're taught not to be vulnerable. We're taught not to do this way. We have to do it this way, or you're not right. You're wrong if you do it this way. You're not like a man if you're vulnerable, or you have to keep your feelings inside. You have to bottle things up. You have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. Stop listening to that shit. That's unhealthy. Everything we've been told is unhealthy. When you look back and see that, you'll notice that everything you've ever learned has been unhealthy. It's been toxic. So expressing yourself, following your true path, following the truth within your soul, following that love, even if it looks different to what you've normally known. Embrace it, because this is the real you. That past version isn't real. That was a conditioned, false version of you created by somebody else. Start to embody your real self. Start to embrace this unknown, because the unknown is the truth. This is where we're supposed to be. This is who you're supposed to be. Trust that. Listen to your soul. Listen to the truth within you, because it will actually set you free. It will break those chains and it will set you free from this false life that you were living. So, thank you so much for listening today, and I really do hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path. Thanks again. Bye-bye.